Welcome, guys. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. Welcome. Sorry, I've just been sharing the link on my social media stuff, so that's why I've been a bit delayed on. We're waiting for Michael to come online to come up. Michael, are you there?
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, because I can't see your. Okay. I can see you now. I can see you now. All right, guys. Welcome to another interesting episode of your favorite YouTube show, the preview show, where we analyze trending football stories and also predict the weekend games for the La Liga, PPL, NPFL, and this weekend we'll be having the FA Cup, so we'll be previewing the FA Cup games also. So welcome my girls. Let me start with um, Abdul Shitu. He's a favorite guest on the show. He's not a stranger to the show. Abdul Shitu, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Godwin.
All right, Michael, welcome to the show. Nice having you again after a long time.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, we just delve into the nitty gritty of what we have today. Without wasting more time, we would like to start with the Premier League. We want to talk about Manchester United. So I'll start with you, Michael. Do you think it is right for Manchester United board to sack Eric Ten Hag at the moment, or should they allow him to just finish the season, to just go ahead for another season, or should they? Is it good or is it only okay for them to sack him this season or allow him to continue for the next season? What's your take?
Okay. Once again, good afternoon, everybody. Abdul, good afternoon. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been a long.
good afternoon.
Yeah, straight to the point. If we look at the storyline very well about Tenag, we can't really see they should sack him or they should not sack him. It's a 50-50 chance. Why I say 50-50 chances? Because looking at what Man U have been playing since last season to this season, they've been like out of a trajectory motion going up and down. And looking at football world today generally now, you see that there's no much managers around the world that you can see really. So you can't really just pick any manager and see that will replace Ten Hag at Manchester United. So you have to still go with what you have. When the time is, unless you want to go for a Zinedine Zidane that I still want to coach for France. I want to play for. I want to coach. I want to coach for. I want to coach France. And you can't just pick him and say that you want to come to Mayo. You won't want to come to Mayo because Mayo is on a very low moment right now, and they are not doing anything that to entice a big manager to the club. So to me, I think they should
Okay,
stick with the Tenag that they are using.
okay. Michael wants us to stick with Ten Hag at the moment. Abdul, I'm coming to you. You think the Manchester United board should just let Ten Hag go and bring in a new manager? Do you think he has had a bad season and he should be let go? Or do you think he should still be allowed to continue this season, his contract next season? And let me have your take on it.
Yeah, it will be difficult for him to retain the job because with the English consortium coming into buying a few shares or getting a new shares in Manchester United, clearly their favorite is to bring in Gary Southgate to replace Eric Ten Hag at the end of the season. That is the news all over social media. But with time, we'll see if that pans out. But it makes a lot of sense because for Gary Southgate, it seems his days are a bit numbered in the English national team. Or with time, he wants to leave or he wants to wind down his contract with the English Three Lions. So after winding down his contract with the English Three Lions, the English consortium who have bought that share at Manchester United are eyeing Gary Southgate as the coach. But he has left football. He has left club football for a very long time. He has been on the national team side, but that doesn't take away from him that he's someone who has been able to galvanize the English team, even though he wasn't able to win a trophy. But we saw the steady rise from getting to the third place at the World Cup in 2019 and as well getting them to the finals of the Heroes, even though they didn't win it. So it has shown that Gary Southgate is a manager that is a bit in tandem with what they want to do at Manchester United. So let's just see if you'll be the one to be hired. But for Ten Hag, definitely his days are numbered at Manchester United.
Yeah, sorry,
Okay,
because
for all right.
keeping to what Abdul just said about Southgate and Ten Hag. If you look at the ratio or if you rate both of them, I will still pick Ten Hag out of Southgate because looking at what Celtic has done for England, it's been woeful. Because look at the kind of players they have compared to Man United. If Man U have that kind of squad, England that they'll have won something tangible. You have the like of Foden, Saka, Harry Kane, Rashford, Sterling at the attack, Bellingham, Rice. They are one of the top five team in the world. But look at what he's doing with them. Imagine playing a passive football. Ten Hag doesn't have the enough material to challenge for the league or anything. That's why it's like this. But if they give him enough money for next season, I believe he will challenge. For some that have won league at Ajax, what have Southgate achieved in his career? Nothing. So Ten Hag is still far ahead of Southgate. As for some that have not been club managerial post for a long time, he's just going backward for Man United. So I believe Southgate is a no-no. I'd rather go for a Nagelsmann. I would rather stay with Ten Hag than staying with Southgate. That's my take.
All right, thank you very much, Michael. Thank you very much, Abdul. I think I'll go with Michael also. Being a Manchester United fan, I think it will be a to be like going backwards to go and get to sack Eric Ten Hag and bring in Gareth Southgate. I think it's going to be a backward movement for. It's going to be a no, and a bad decision if the board decide to go that route. I think if they want to, I think there are managers like Nagelsmann, like Michael has pointed out. We have Nagelsmann, we have Dezabi of Brighton. You can go for Dezabi of Brighton. These are brilliant managers. Gary Southgate is just he's an average manager. And if you look at his club record when he was a club manager, I think he was the coach of Middlesbrough, if I'm not mistaken, and he was
Yes.
he was a very average manager. He was a very average manager. I don't think he's somebody that I would consider as a Manchester United fan to be my coach. I'd rather prefer Mourinho. I know I don't like Mourinho, but I'd rather prefer Mourinho to be a Manchester United manager than having Gary Southgate. Okay, now let's move to the next topic. Don't waste more time because we don't want to spend more time today. We just want to just be quick and make everything snappy. So I'm going to start with you, Michael, because I'm going to talk about your club now, Arsenal.
Okay.
So, I want to ask you, before I come to Shitu is also going to give his opinion on the issue, but I'm going to start with Michael because he's an Arsenal fan. So I want to say, do you think Arsenal season can be considered a success if they go without a trophy? Do you think Arsenal season can be considered a success if they go without a trophy? Let me hear your opinion, Michael.
Yeah, first of all, I won't say it's a success because you can't call a season that any club does not win anything, no matter how big
Mm-hmm.
you are, you can't call it a success. But you can't also say it's a failure. You can't say you failed this season because it's not everybody that will win the trophy, no matter how good you are in the season, trophy just for one person. If you share the three competition, you can't the fourth one is when you also have the luck, you win the Champions League. But the FA Cup, Carling Cup, and the league. If you are all good, you easily share it. And now Liverpool have taken one. Now let's see what will happen with the last one. I know Man City is in the other one with Chelsea. You don't know, so you can't win all the whole cup. But I won't say it's a success or rather it's a failure. Why I'm saying that is because looking at the trajectory they've come from 2 seasons, from 18 months from now, they've been going upward trajectory. But the mistake that is happening is just because Ayeta is making silly or minor mistake, not taking that from what club has done or Pep has done. And I won't just say as a manager, just come and overtake Pep because if you look at Pep for the past 8 years, he's the best coach in the world. So for
Yes,
you to
yes,
say
yes.
want to maneuver Pep, you have to pump in over billions of dollars to the club, and I've been trying to do it. I'll give him his flowers. At least he brought an Arsenal that has been battling with age fifth to a contender. So let's see what will happen next season. But I believe to me, next season will be the last season for Teta to prove himself. If he can't do anything next season to win any trophy, he's gonna be kicked out. That's my take.
All right, Arteta is going to be kicked out next season if he goes without a trophy next season. Abdul, let me come to you. Do you think Arsenal season will consider a success if they go without a trophy? Let me hear you. Let me hear your opinion.
Absolutely, it will not be a success. Every top football inside wants to win the English Premier League or wants to win every tournament they play in. So for Arsenal, they've not done that in 20 years, and the fans have been patient enough. And like Michael said, if he's not able to do it, they might be shown the way out. But definitely, for a team like Barcelona, they will be wanting to see such thing happening because they too want to do it with Xavi Hernandez, and there have been stories that Mikel Arteta is someone they are looking up to because he is a La Masia academic graduate. So he's someone they are looking up to take over from Xavi Hernandez. Even though there have been rumors that Xavi should continue, but what happened in the Champions League, then definitely, if they don't want Arteta at Arsenal, then definitely He could go to Barcelona. But for Arteta, he has been given enough time to actually prove himself. What happened last season is happening again this season in the space of almost 72 hours or so. He lost out. He lost the top of the table in the English Premier League, was knocked out of the UEFA Champions League. So a serious team. That's why I was not happy with what Arsenal played at the Etihad Stadium. If they were serious about winning the English Premier League, that was the kind of game they should be winning. We saw Chelsea go there, even though Chelsea has been a shadow of themselves. They've not been a serious team this season. They've been playing some lackadaisical football, but they went to Etihad and frustrated Manchester City. If not for Pochettino at the tail end of the game, making some needless subs, they led the game from the first half, led the game on to the second half, towards the tail end of the game. So Mikel Arteta should have won that game if he was serious about winning the English Premier League. Those are the kind of games he was supposed to win. Because I see no reason why he was playing a formation that Jose Mourinho played in 2009 against Barcelona, against a Manchester City team that you want to win the league ahead of. So it was a match that they were supposed to make a statement, beat Manchester City. And if they had beaten Manchester City in that game at the Etihad, then nobody would doubt them. Every other person that wants to play against Arsenal would have been afraid of Arsenal. But they went there. You did the job in the first leg. We're expecting you to at least play a tactical game, but the tactics was to go there and defend for the whole minutes, keep them on counter. They had some 1 or 2 chances, but Jesus Navas couldn't convert. So for Arsenal Football Club, if, like as Michael said, if they can't get the results this season, then it's possible that Arteta might even leave on his own if he gets the offer from Barcelona.
Yeah,
All right,
sorry to come into the Manchester United Man City game. I always tell people that you can't, for a team that been beating you for the past 6 years, you make sure you don't beat you the first leg. There's no way you want to go all out. Look at the that went all out. They were raped 4-2 at Etihad. Last season, Arsenal tried to come out against them. They were beating 4-1. You can't compare a team that does not have anything to fight for in Chelsea. They can actually come up. They are being whitewashed. Nobody will talk and say they are still struggling. Than a team that is competing. If they had, I can bet you they have come out. Arsenal had a better chance to score than Man City. Like Abdul said, they lost their chances. Look at the chances against Gabriel Jesus. They wasted it. Or don't have trusted that. They wasted it. If they have converted one of those 2 chances, you'll have 1-0. So his game plan was perfect. His game was to counter attack and they score 1 goal and they seal the game. It was perfect, but the players they wasted their chances. Man City only have 1 shot on target in throughout that match. There was no Anana was missing from the match. The Brenner was not even doing anything. Foden was missing. Saka was out of the match. So you can't tell them to just go all out. If they're going all out, I can bet you to see Arsenal will whitewash 3-4-0 that day. And this now everybody will see that Arsenal are defending and keep a clean sheet and keep a draw. So that draw was a very good one for Arsenal. Where they missed it was where they will have won either at West Ham or Fulham. If they've not lost those 2 games earlier this in December, they will not be seeing all this one now. And if you look at what legendary Silas always tell you, you say make sure you win your own games against the big guns. Draw at away and have a very good defense. They are good to go with the league. Beat your smaller team. They are very good with their big teams. It was a smart thing that killed Arsenal. If they had won West Ham or Fulham that first leg, they'll be topping the table with 4 good points. They did very well with their big teams. None of them beat them. So I won't say what did Man City was a very good team, not a bad team. I love what did at Man City, keeping a clean sheet and making a statement. That's my take.
Okay. I think I like me. I also go with you guys. I don't think you can consider it success if somebody doesn't win the trophy at the end of the season. Because Arsenal, if you look at Arsenal and Arteta, I think this is Arteta's 5th year or 4th year at Arsenal. Michael, am I correct?
Yeah, 4.5 years.
4.5, right?
Yes. It'll be 5th year next year.
Okay, 5th year. Okay, and he just won the FA Cup for Arsenal in his first season. He won the FA Cup for Arsenal in his first season. So I think he has been given a lot of time, and I think he has been able to bring in his own type of players to the team, and I think he has been afforded a lot of time to prove himself as a manager in the top in a top club like Arsenal. So I think it's not going to be a success if he doesn't win any trophy because he had the opportunity to. I think it was there was a time in this in the season that he was at the top of the table now. They were leading comfortably, and they started bottling again like they did last season.
No, there
So
was no
I
time.
think
There was no time they were living comfortably for. The highest they stayed was 1 week or 2 weeks. Liverpool has been
okay,
on top for a long time.
1 week or 2 weeks, okay.
Liverpool
Oh,
has
yeah,
been on top of the team for a longer time than us now.
but I think he had the opportunity to still try to he had the opportunity to still try to hold on to the lead, and because those games you
Where he
mentioned
made the
like
mistake was that West Ham and that Fulham game that he made the mistake. And the rest
yes,
of
yes,
a
you're
really
correct.
nice straight win, yes. If he had, well, I've not lost against Aston Villa. What I will say about Arteta is that he's not that he's a bad manager or something, but I think the pair factor is really affecting him, and you need to walk past that one. I was telling someone that he needs to go for 3 or 4 good players. That was a very good striker that is killing him for the long time now, for the past 2 years now. Striker has been one of Arsenal's problem. They are scoring, but these critical matches where you're losing chances, a good striker will have killed the game for you. Not that they need a full, but at least a striker that will kill that game at that moment that you need the most. Like that Man City game, like that Aston Villa game. We had a better chance to win the game before Aston Villa scored the 2-0. If there was a clinical striker, they will have killed the game first half. So that's why I need that striker. You need someone that will replace Saka whenever he's tired at this period. Saka is tired now. We've using this guy for the past 3, 4 years. Nobody to replace him. So you need a person to replace Saka there. You need someone to balance with Declan Rice. It's Mendy also to balance with Declan Rice. Then get the fullback. I think it's the right time to send Zinchenko away. Look for a better fullback. There are many fullbacks there in the world that you get. You can see the one of Hernandez and AC Milan. Get him. If you come to us now, if you give him 50 million, they will come. They will sell him off. So the team need 3 to 4 players to compete properly with Pep, because Pep is a juggernaut manager. Even Klopp only took COVID to make him win the league he won in 8 years. To know how Pep is a very big fear in England. He's turning England to a farmers league now. Look at what he did in Bayern and Mbaka. For a player, Pep, a whole club, it was only one time he won the season. And it was COVID. No fan on the stadium. If there was fan in the stadium, I'm very sure Pep will have won it again. So if you are looking at
Mm.
Arteta that spent 4 or 5 years in a coaching career, look at the club that spent over 15 years that's struggling with a Pep. So you can't just write off Arteta that his time should be over, or you still have to consider, let him get those factors. And then that fear factor of Pep. I'm very sure Pep is not Man City in England. Arsenal, Chelsea, they'll be winning the league easily. But until Pep leave and someone overcome that Pep factor is still there. That's my take.
Okay, I think you're right. I think Pep is like a demigod in the league, and it's going to be difficult for any manager to just usurp him and try to overthrow him. Okay, we just move to the next story. It's no longer news that Xabi Alonso has won the Bundesliga with Bayern Leverkusen, and he did it with an unbeaten record, which is unprecedented. And I think that Leverkusen is the first time in their history they'll be winning the Bundesliga, if I'm not mistaken. This is the first time in their history
Yes.
they'll be winning the Bundesliga.
Yes.
So, but he said something. He made the decision. He said something before they played their last game against Werder Bremen, where they won the league. He said he's going to be staying at Bayern Leverkusen for next season. Do you think that's a correct decision for him to take, or do you think it's time for him to move on after winning almost everything for Bayern Leverkusen this season? You don't think he should move on to something bigger? Abdul, what do you think?
Yeah, for Xavi Alonso, he has been linked with Bayern Munich, linked with Liverpool, but nothing concrete has come out of that. But for a lot of people, they feel that he has his eyes on the Real Madrid job. But Carlo Ancelotti has signed a new contract. Maybe that might be the reason why he's staying at one more year at Bayern Leverkusen to wait for Carlo Ancelotti to leave so that he could replace him, because everybody thinks he has his eyes on the Real Madrid job. Because for Liverpool and Bayern Munich, they've been linked with Xavi Alonso, but nothing concrete for now.
Okay, Michael, what do you think? Do you think he should move on to something big, or is the best decision for him to stay at Bayern Leverkusen?
My dear brother, I can bet it with you. Come this summer, if Alonso did not leave, is with the set eyes, he will turn to under Xavi Hernandez. I can bet it with you, because why I said that is because big clubs now will be going for a split. Apart from the Shaka that just came in, the likes of Frimpong, the what is Boniface and the players there, they will start scouting them one by one. I can tell you, club will become for Bayern Leverkusen players this summer. Even Bayern will come, Arsenal will come, City will come. And I was even hearing that Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City are linked with their Lever, Frimpong or so. So they will start blocking their players like they did for Dortmund when they won the league. So my advice to him, if not so, not another Xavi. If you have the choice of going to, even if they one season at Bayern or Liverpool or somewhere, apart from Liverpool, Bayern, you should better go because next year will not be the same for him because he had why he had the luck was because Bayern was dull throughout the season. Bayern had the star players. If they are in their form, Leverkusen can win the league ahead of them. So yeah, my advice is to just go there, so keep winning trophy ahead of his career. You should give him a better CV. So it's not something another Xavi.
Okay, but that Xabi Alonso should not turn to another Xavi at Bayern Leverkusen. Michael wants Xabi Alonso to move to a bigger club and get his CV louder with more trophies. Okay, I want to go to Shitu now because I want to talk about the NPFL for the moment before we go back to England, before we go back to Europe. I want to talk about NPFL. We just had the news yesterday that Coach Paul Offa has been sacked by Sporting Lagos. You think it's the right call for them to fire the coach that won them their only trophy as a new club in the MPFL? Do you think it's the right call for Sporting Lagos to fire Coach Paul with just 8 games to go in the season? Don't you
Yeah,
think is there?
in, f- in football, you're as good as your last resort, and his last resort is not good enough, and that's why he has been sacked. So yeah, he brought them into the NPFL, but they have to stay back in the NPFL. We've seen other private clubs like Remo Stars and others who have been relegated before because they choose to stick with a coach that is not doing well. But it is the league. If you can't get results, you win or you go home. So they are just a few points away from the relegation zone. They started well. The season was good for them. The Lagos swag, the Lagos fans were coming to the stadium, trying to bully every other fan that was coming or every other team that was coming. They were having this swag. But later on, the reality check came back to hit them because this is the MPFL. You go on the road. If you are supporting Lagos, you have to go to Kano, you have to go to Gombe, you have to go to Castina, you have to go to a lot of distance. So even if you are flying, if you fly on Wednesday to those locations, you come back to Lagos again on Saturday or Sunday. So it has a way of psychologically affecting a team that is new in the league, and these things are not too good for a team like that. So for he has to go. He has to go. There is no way. There is no way he would come up and say that he wants to continue. So for Abdullahi Bifo, he went to the United States of America to upgrade his CV, and right now he is the manager of the team. So hopefully we'll see what they can do.
Okay, hopefully we'll see what Abdullahi before will do with Sporting Lagos. Okay, Mikey, I want to come with you for this next topic. Do you think everybody was saying Rudiger pocketed Erling Haaland in the Champions League quarterfinal match? Do you think Erling Haaland is a flop in big games? What do you think?
I have been telling people that Aliala, as if you look at the start against the big games, even when I was in Salzburg, he has not been a big game player. But because he scored a lot of goals, people don't look at his start. People look at the start of people like the likes of Saka, Rashford. Okay, Rashford. They score against big team, but because they don't score a lot of games, they give them different kind of name. But Haaland is not a big match player. This is not the first time he's doing it. For the past 3 seasons, I've noticed him. He doesn't play anything in the big games. He's always being pocketed. The only time he scored against big team, I think, was only Man U, and because of the reason, maybe the issue happening to Man U, and against Arsenal because it was Odegaard that was there. If you look at ever since then, I not scored anything against a big team, a big likes of Liverpool, even the Chelsea that are not even good. I don't think he scored any goal than one goal there about in the past first game against Chelsea. So Atlanta is not a big game, and it's not the first time I see a defender pocketing him. Saliba pocketed him in the past 2 games against Arsenal. Gabriel Magalhaes pocketed him too. So it's not the one they even in Bayern Munich they pocket him a lot. So I don't think Atlanta is a big match player. He's a good scorer, a poacher, but a big match player. Now, if you need him to win a match for you, look at Inter Milan last season Champions League final. Even not for Rodri that scored that winning goal for them, it was nowhere in the final match. So I prefer Alvarez in that big game than Alan.
Okay, you prefer Alvarez. Michael says he prefers Alvarez to Erling Haaland in the big game for Man City? What do you want to say, Abdul? Do you want to chip in anything? Do you think Erling Haaland is a flop in big games?
Absolutely not. I feel what's affecting Haaland is the tactics of the team. Even if you bring someone
Okay.
like Osimhen to that, if you bring someone like Osimhen to that Manchester City, you will score goals too against some couple of weak side. But the thing is that they don't play through the striker. That's the pattern of the tiki taka. They don't play through the striker, and that's why even Pep, when he was at Barcelona, there were seasons he used even Fabregas as his top nine. He was using There was a time he was using Messi as his top nine, but it would be a false nine, and that's why it's called a false nine. You use a player that is a midfielder or an attacker to play at the number nine position. So the kind of tactics he plays, if a striker is one who likes to get the ball, who always want the ball to himself, he will always struggle because the balls will always go to the wingers. Wingers come to the midfield, go to the wingers, come to the midfield. That's if you're with the pattern they're playing, they always play against teams that will play a low block, just as we saw it against Madrid. So if they go right to Bernardo, Bernardo will come back to Rodri. Rodri will have to go to this other guy, this Grealish on the left hand side. Then De Bruyne will keep on playing his free role. So there is no way that the ball will get to Haaland. So it's the tactics of
But
the team. We've seen
Abdul,
him at no. Let me just finish the point. Sorry, Michael. We've seen him at Salzburg, Golden Boots. We've seen him at Dortmund scoring against teams that nobody gave him a chance in the UEFA Champions League. He has played in teams that are not big, and he has been able to do well. We saw him in his first season as well. But the truth about the matter is that the tactics of the team has a way of affecting the kind of pattern he's playing. And a player like Alvarez is someone who can move the ball, who plays like a winger. So if you bring an Harry Kane into this Manchester City team, you see a different player because you might even be seeing Kane moving in a free position with De Bruyne because he's someone who can pass the ball. He's a good passer of the ball. So like a joke, it's not like a joke, but what Jamie Redknapp said, the son of Harry Redknapp, that without all on the ball, Alan plays like a League Two player because he's not someone who is good with his feet. It's just like Didier Drogba during his time. It's not Drogba is not a skillful player, but he can hold up play, he can put the ball on his chest, can turn, can use his head. So, but for Alan, he's a player who likes to be on the run. And if it's not only for De Bruyne who gives him the ball, if De Bruyne is not in charge of the ball, like we saw against Madrid, where it was Bernardo Silva handling the ball, other guys they like to dribble, they like to cut in, they like to play shots. The ball won't get to Haaland. So, but the thing is, and if a team is playing it, if an Haaland is playing for a Liverpool team, if an Haaland is playing for Liverpool team, all those goals that this guy is missing, this their striker,
Darwin Nunes.
Darwin
Nunes.
Nunes, those are the kind of balls Haaland would have been getting in Liverpool. If a Haaland, the profile of an Erling Haaland fits the kind of football that club plays because he's a player who likes to run on the ball. And for a team like that, you have Salah, you have Luis Diaz who can beat one or two players and fling the ball to the striker. We've seen it even against Manchester United. We saw how Darwin Nunes missed a lot of chances. If it was Haaland that was striking for Liverpool, you'd have seen the difference. So I feel it is the tactics that Pep is playing that is a bit limiting Haaland. Haaland has played in teams that are not like Salzburg. Salzburg is not one of the biggest teams in the world. We've seen him play against some of the big side in world football and scored fantastic goal on his own. Played against PSG and other people scored goals on his own. So it has shown that I guess it is the tactics of the team. And for a Pep will not tweak his tactics just to play for only Haaland. Definitely he won't do that. They will have to play their game because it's the tactics that they've been used to playing. So it doesn't change the tactics of the team.
Okay, I think we've lost Shitu there. Michael, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I think his network is one
Yes,
that's
I
been.
think his network is a bit frozen there.
Yeah,
You can
he
just
was
continue.
saying
You can.
something. Yeah, he was saying something about the tactics Pep was using. I will tend to disagree a little bit because you can't say the tactics because the same tactics they use is score against the smaller team who has a better low. They play a better low block. He score against them. So why can't he score in the big games? The likes of Drogba was mentioning. Drogba scored big matches a lot. If you are a world class striker, should be look at Lewandowski. He scored big games. Look at Charito of Man United there. He scored. Look at you could look name them. They score big games. But Allah has not been scoring against big games. You can't say it's just because the tactics. But I think the defender are really doing a good job on him. That's why he can't score against big games. Because at least the same tactics they use against the smaller teams, like of Wolf, Everton, I will score at least score 4 goals. we can't score against the big game. Apart from Man United that will score, because Man United are not a strong team. That's why I can see this score. For someone that can never score a Chelsea that is even on a low moment, you can't call him a big match player. He's most he can just call an average player. I wouldn't say he's a flop. A flop would be on that it would be too outrageous. I'll say he's an average player in big games.
Okay. Shitu, you were trying to say something before your network got frozen. What were you saying? You're trying to finish your thoughts.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you
Yes,
clearly. Yes.
can hear you.
Okay, okay. A call came in. I disrupted the network. So
Okay.
the thing is, an Haaland is one of the fastest, or is the fastest player to get to 50 goals in the English Premier League history. So all these things are not just mere fluke. It's just that teams understand that City don't play through him. So if you can have two players or one player marking him, then there is no way that the balls will get to him. So teams have understand they understood that about his game from last season. But definitely he too is not being in form. The truth has to be said. But we can't say he's not a big game player, because when he was playing for lesser teams, lesser than Manchester City, he was scoring against some top side in world football. So why is he struggling in Manchester City? That's the question we need to ask, or that's
Benteke
something
did
we need to look at.
Benteke did it in West Brom now. Benteke, when he was in a smaller team, he was scoring against Liverpool, Man U, Chelsea, Arsenal. When against Liverpool was a flop. Still and the Carroll too, the same thing. When he was in West Ham or West Brom. So it does not mean that he has scored against bigger
Yeah,
than lesser team. So you can't say that it's
yes,
apart
but
from that it's not on form. It's not on form truly. But if you look at his stats against big games, he's always off because they do the more work on him. The same pattern they use against the small team, he score 4 goals. Why can't you do it in big games?
yes, now because big games are different. But like I said before we move to the next topic, I guess the pattern of that team has a way of affecting him. It's not like, if you look at the other profile of strikers they've had in Manchester City, when you look at before, the Edin Dzeko and the other players that have the profile of like Haaland, they struggled at Manchester City. But when you have an Aguero, because he's a player who can play with the ball. So if you're a striker, a ball playing striker, let me just put it like that. If you're a ball playing striker, you succeed at Manchester City. But if you're a striker that
Under
wait for the
under Pep.
yeah, that lifts off the ball. If you're a striker that lifts off the ball with no technique, then you struggle on that pep.
True,
All
true.
right.
I agree to
All right.
that.
That was a nice summation. I think I agree with you. I agree with you. Shit. We think we're going to the without wasting more time. We're going to start previewing the games now. We'll start with the Premier League before we go to the FA Cup. We have big games in the FA Cup this weekend. But we'll start with the Premier League games. We have some Premier League games that will still take place this weekend. So we'll just run through them. We just get your predictions, your quick predictions, your score predictions. Then we'll go to La Liga and NPFL. So let me start with you, Mike. Luton versus Brentford. Who is your money on? Luton versus Brentford.
The same Brentford. I'll be going for a draw. I'll be going for a 1-1 draw. Luton versus Brentford because it's not time since that both will be fighting for their lives now. So I'll be going for a 1-1 draw, scoreline draw.
What about you, Shitu? Abdul?
Luton, Luton is playing who? Sorry,
Yeah,
my
Luton
network
is
was.
playing. Luton is playing Brentford. Brentford.
Okay, okay. For Brentford as well and Luton, these are two teams that need that maximum point. But for Luton, they've always scored even against Manchester City, against all the big side. So a 2-1, 2-1 to Brentford. Brentford will win the game, but Luton will score. So they've been able to score in most
Okay.
of the games they've played.
All right. Next game is Sheffield versus Burnley. Michael, who's your money on? Sheffield versus Burnley.
I'll be going for Burnley to either win the game or Burnley will have the higher take there. I'll be going for a 1-0 Burnley to win it.
Okay, Shitu, do you agree with Michael?
Yeah, these are games where these two teams need this point to avoid relegation. So a 1-1 draw will be a fair result.
1-1 draw will be a fair result from Shitu. Okay, Wolves versus Arsenal. Michael, let's lead your club. What do you think? You think Wolves will be able
Not
to
doing
sting
very
something
well
from
in the
Arsenal?
past 3 games, a draw, 2 lose. I think Arsenal will be shaky going away to Wolf, Molly Stadium. They'll be shaky, but I'm looking at a 2-1 win to Arsenal. To be very tight one. I'm seeing a 9 minutes winner. To be a very tight game. I'm seeing a 2-1 win, 9 minutes for Arsenal.
Shitu, do you agree with Michael that Arsenal will be able to get something from that game?
Yeah, yeah, 3-1 win for Arsenal. They will come out smoking.
All right, they'll come out smoking. 31 win for Arsenal from shit. Then next game is Everton versus Forest. Both teams have been dog point this season, so this is the debut of teams that have been dog points. So Everton versus Forest. What do you take, Shitu?
Yeah, for the two teams, we saw what happened to Everton last time they squared up against Chelsea. They were whitewashed, but this is a game they will need to actually redeem themselves. Like you said, the two teams have been docked points, even though points have been docked and returned and docked as well. So let's just see how it pans out. But a 2-2 draw will be a fair result as well in that game.
Okay, Michael, what do you take?
Yeah, I'll be
Everton
going for a
versus
1
Forest.
1-0 win to Everton. Everton will have the highest stake there because Everton are much more experienced at their home ground since they are at home. They want to go all out, or they don't want to relegate that. So I'm going for a 1-0 draw. 1-0 win.
1-0 win for Everton from Michael. Okay, the next game is Aston Villa versus Bournemouth. Shit, what do you think? Aston Villa versus Bournemouth. Aston Villa back, but they're just coming back from a triumph in Europe. So what do you think? Do you think they are going to find it difficult to play Bournemouth at home? Bournemouth, they are a free scoring side too, so that's like looking like you said. So do you think
Yeah, for Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka has been on red hot form, and that would be an interesting game. If you're a neutral, that would be a game for you to watch because these are teams that play free flowing football. But for Aston Villa right now, with high spirit, yeah, I feel a 2-2 draw would be a fair result in that game as well because these two teams love to score. So a draw in
mm,
that game would be a fair result.
Michael, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm looking at it the other way around because I'm seeing Aston Villa winning straight win at Arsenal at home. They are high on spirit and seeing that Tottenham is knocking at their back and they want to make sure they get the Champions League spot since there's no fifth going to Champions League now because of City and Arsenal are no more in the competition. So it's fourth that going for Champions League. So I'm seeing Aston Villa whitewashing Bournemouth 3-1.
Wow,
3-1 and
whitewashing. That's a big grammar. Whitewashing. Whitewashing. Wow.
whitewash 3-1 Aston Villa.
Okay. Crystal Palace versus West Ham. Shitu. Crystal Palace versus West Ham.
Yeah, that would be a very balanced game. But for West Ham, these are the kind of games they should be winning. But for Crystal Palace, we saw what they did to Liverpool. They have some couple of interesting players in their midfield as well, and as well in their attack. Mateta, and as well Eberichi is a couple of interesting players. But I see a win for West Ham because for West Ham right now, they've struggled again via Leverkusen in the Europa League. So let's see. This will be a game for them to re-energize themselves from those setbacks they have. So I see a win for West Ham.
Or a win for West Ham from Shitu. Michael, what do you take? Crystal Palace versus
Yeah,
West Ham.
my take Crystal Palace. Well, I've said they rested for a week, but you can't use down to judge the game. But seeing the players of Crystal Palace back from injury, the likes of Olise, the players that come back from injury and winning at Anfield, a whole Anfield last week, I see them on high spirit and taking the win of the day. I'm seeing them winning 2-1 win to Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace to win West Ham 2-1 from Michael. Punters, I hope you guys are you're taking note of all these predictions for the weekend. These are expert takes from our expert analysts. So you can just jot your jotter, your writing pen, and just keep jotting and keep. The last game in the Premier League is Fulham versus Liverpool. It's going to be a very tricky game for Liverpool, who are in the race for the title. So do you think Liverpool have what it takes to win at Fulham, Shitu?
Yeah, that would be tricky. That would be a very very tricky game. But we'll see how it pans out. But the game is looking like a draw. A draw will be fair in that, or a draw will be like a very good result in that game for both teams.
A draw will be a fair result for both teams. Michael, what do you think? Do you think Liverpool, who are fighting for the title, will give their all after being dumped out of the Europa League? You think they will come all guns blazing against Fulham?
Do you know the funniest thing is that I was never expected Liverpool Arsenal to lose the game last week. I was thinking this is the game Liverpool will draw points. But losing that game against Crystal Palace is now kind of tricky now more. So and not winning, not qualifying for the semi-final for Europa League, I believe Liverpool will be so angry with themselves that this is the only hope of winning something that remains after winning the Carling Cup. So I'll be going for a very tight game. And for be at home, they are very strong now. I'll be going for a slight 2-1 win. Max Liverpool get in the match is the minimum they can get is a draw, but I'm seeing a 2-1 win to Liverpool.
A 2-1 win to Liverpool from Michael. Okay, let's just go to the FA Cup now. We have two games in the FA Cup in the semi-finals. Man City versus Chelsea, the biggest clash in the FA Cup semi-final. Shitu, you think Man City? You look at this Chelsea side. Look at what they did against Everton. You think they will bring that vein of form into this game and try to upset Man City? What do you think?
Yeah, it will be a balanced game for the neutrals. For Chelsea Football Club, we've seen them play good football against top side. But when they square up against the teams everyone expect them to win, that's the games they don't win. So expect a very good game from Chelsea tomorrow, even though it will be a difficult one because for Manchester City right now, they're a wounded lion. They're coming off a slight defeat to a team they played against in the Champions League, where the team defended for 120 minutes and as well was able to pick the results. So for Manchester City right now, they will be coming all out against Chelsea Football Club. But for Chelsea Football Club, they know how to navigate against the top side. We saw, except for Liverpool, who beats Chelsea 4-0. Apart from that, every other big game for Chelsea this season, they've been able to play. They've been able to play well. They've not been able to lose in a scandalous way against a big team, except the game against Liverpool. So expect a very good game. Uh, Things going equal for that game. I predict that that game might go into a penalty kick and the best team will win.
Okay, a penalty kick from Mike from Shitu. Okay, Michael, what do you think? Man City, Chelsea. Who is the money on? Who do you think will
Yeah,
carry the day?
like what Abdul said now that Madrid, Man City is a wounded lion. I think Madrid took their book sleep from Arsenal game and they want to play against Etihad for defending 120 minutes. Wow, as in that much was intense. So and looking at the game they played, I'm sure the player like Rodri, I was completely already tired. It may affect the game against Chelsea. But I'm also seeing the game entering in extra time because Chelsea are going to lose. They want to prove a statement that they are Chelsea. But if they lose, if they win, if they lose the game, people will understand it's Man City. But if they win the game, it will be a big statement to them heading into next season and to the final. So I'm looking at an extra time and I'm seeing a slight change. I can't predict anybody to win that game now because once I see the lineup on the match, but I'm seeing a very tight game going to extra time. I'm also in the penalty.
Okay, both of you are predicting that the game will end up in a penalty shootout. Okay, Coventry versus Manchester United. Do you think Manchester United will get an upset against the Championship boys in Coventry? Shitu.
Yeah, for Coventry, they surprised everyone getting to this stage. Nobody gave them a chance to get to this stage. But we've seen crazier things in football. But for Manchester United, they should be able to navigate their way against Coventry City because this is the kind of game they should be winning. At least last season they won the Carabao Cup. So this season if they can play in the FA Cup final and hopefully if they can win it, it will be a plus to reduce the pressure of Eric Ten Hag because at least even though he has had a very bad season, one of the worst seasons ever for Manchester United since the club was, or for a very long time, in a very long time for Manchester United, if he can win the FA Cup. So that would be like 12 the other cups in England for him in 2 years. So regardless of what anyone would think, if he is able to go all the way and win it, then he would have a case for himself. The results are not too good, but have you been able to bring the kind of players he wants? He's looking for a way to let Sancho go. He let Ronaldo go. Have you been able to bring players who are capable of replacing those players? So how many transfer did you make at the beginning of this season? What players did you brought in? What new players did you bring in for Eric Ten Hag to improve the team after winning the Carabao Cup? So these are legitimate uh, things or calls that you can make for him. But the truth right now is that the results are not looking good this season. But an FA Cup result will be a very good one for them. So if he can get to the finals, even if he doesn't win it, it will be a statement for him because two finals in 2 seasons, regardless of what's happening in the league.
All right, two finals in 2 seasons. I think that's a very good call. Michael, you
It's
think
even
Coventry
three
how?
finals. It's three finals in 2 seasons. It was in front of Carling Cup and FA Cup against Man City.
Uh, yes, exactly.
Be the
Yeah,
third
you're right.
final in the
Yeah. True. Yeah, true.
and it will be a big show playing. If imagine he's playing in Man City again, another FA Cup final, it will be very crazy in 2 years. Playing Manchester derby back to back, that would be crazy. Well, actually, Man U is winning the match definitely. They are beating the game at least minimum of 3 goals to prove that they are not a nobody club. So I'm seeing 3-0 win and entry the final. But it don't depend on who they play in the final because if they would prefer to play a Chelsea than playing a Man City. Because I think Ten Hag has this fear about Man City. So if he's playing a Chelsea, you have a stake to win the FA Cup. But if he's playing a Man City, I'm sorry, it's a no-no for him again. Because Man City will make sure they win all the winnable trophy they have next. So I'm seeing the Man
Okay, I
U
think.
in the final.
All right, that was a wrap on the FA Cup fixtures for the weekend. We'll go to La Liga games now. We just brush in hurriedly. Athletic Bilbao versus Granada. Shitu. Athletic Bilbao versus Granada.
Yeah, Atletico Bilbao win. 2-1 win.
Okay, Michael, what's your take? Athletic Bilbao
Yeah, I'm
versus
saying
Granada. Hurry.
the will be winning the game because they are still better side than Granada. So I'm seeing a 1-0 win to Bilbao.
Okay, Celta Vigo versus Las Palmas. Shitu.
A 1-1 draw.
Okay, 1-1 draw. Michael, Celta Vigo, Las Palmas.
I'm also seeing a 1-1 draw in the match because the balance game. I'm seeing a 1-1 draw in the match also too.
Okay, Rayo Vallecano versus Osasuna. Shitu. Rayo Vallecano Osasuna.
A 2-1 win for Rayo Vallecano.
Okay, a 2-1 win for Rayo Vallecano. Michael, are you also going with Shitu?
Yeah, I'm going for a 1-0 win
Okay,
over Arsenal.
okay. Valencia versus Real Betis. My Shitu.
That's a very tough one. A 1-1 draw will be a fair result in that game.
Okay, Michael, what's your take? Valencia versus Real Betis.
I'm seeing a scoreline draw, a 1-1 draw, a 2-2 draw in that match.
A high scoring draw from Michael. Okay. Girona versus Cadiz. Shitu. Girona versus Cadiz. What's your take?
Yeah, Girona to win 2-1.
Okay. Girona to win 2-1. Michael.
Yeah,
Girona
I'm
versus
seeing a
Cadiz.
3-1 win, Girona to win 3-1.
Okay. Girona to win 3-1. Getafe versus Real Sociedad. Shitu.
That's a pretty balanced game. I predict a 1-1 draw.
A 1-1 draw from Shitu on Getafe versus Real Sociedad. Michael, what's your take? Getafe versus Real Sociedad.
I'm seeing a balanced game here, but I'm seeing Getafe taking a day with a 1-0 slight win.
1 slight win from Getafe from Michael. Okay. Almeria versus Villarreal. Shitu. Almeria is playing home.
Yeah, a 2-1 win for a 2-1 for Almeria.
A 2-1 win for Almeria against Villarreal. Okay, Michael, do you also think Almeria has what it takes to beat a good side like Villarreal?
So I'm seeing the match ending in a draw, 1-1 draw, Almeria Villarreal. It be 1-1 draw.
Okay, Alaves versus Atletico Madrid. That's going to be a tough one also. Mike Shitu. Almeria versus Alaves, sorry, Alaves versus Atletico Madrid.
Have
Your mic is muted. Your mic is muted. Your mic is muted.
okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, for Atletico Madrid, with what happened to them in the Champions League, they will be coming all out to play this game. A 3-0 win for them.
Okay, Michael, what do you think?
Yeah,
Alaves. Can
I'm
Alaves?
still seeing the sky. I'm seeing a high scoring win for Atletico Madrid because they are also a hungry lion, a wounded lion that they were shocked being dismantled against Dortmund. So I'm seeing them winning 3-0.
Wow, 3-0 win. That was a bold call. That was a bold call. Okay. The biggest game in La Liga this weekend, the El Clasico, Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Chitu, what do you think? We carry the day.
Yeah, a 2-1 win for Real Madrid. They are at home, and as well with what panned out in the Champions League. Uh, they are in high speed right now, but a lot of their players will be having that fatigue. But it's a large squad, so a player like Chomeni will be coming back. Other players will be coming back that couldn't play in that game as well, couldn't feature against Manchester City. So they could reshuffle and make sure that fresher players are coming to start in the first half. And in the second half, they will bring in the players who are tired. So I predict a 2-1 win for Real Madrid in that game.
Okay, a 2-1 win in the El Clasico for Real Madrid from Chitu. Michael, do you think Real Madrid will also win?
Yeah, definitely. Madrid are on high mood now. They are happy and they want to do anything to destroy Barca and take the lead because I'm seeing an 8 point difference between both of them, and they don't want to give back any doubt of hope that they can win the league. So I'm seeing a 2-0 win to Madrid. Madrid winning 2-0.
Okay, 2-0 from Real Madrid. Okay, the last game in La Liga this weekend is Sevilla versus Mallorca. Shit, what do you think? Sevilla versus Mallorca.
Yeah, a 2-0 win for Sevilla.
Okay, 2-0 win for Sevilla. What about you, Michael?
Definitely a 2-0 win. I'm seeing Sevilla winning the league 2-0.
Okay, Sevilla winning 2-0. This is the end of our previewing of the La Liga matches. We'll go to the NPFL. I think, Michael, do you have any idea about the NPFL games? Or if you just give it a shit because this
Yeah,
is
it's been a
office.
while I've watched the MPFL game. Can I give it to Shitu? It's been a while.
Okay, Shitu, let's go. Quara United versus Aqua United.
Yeah, two teams, balanced game. But I see Aqua United winning 2-1.
Okay, Abia Warriors versus Barista United.
Yeah, two struggling sides. But let's see. A 1-1 draw.
Okay, Rivers United versus Enugu Rangers. The table toppers, Enugu Rangers versus Rivers United.
Yeah, for Rivers United, due to their commitment in the continent, even though they've been knocked out, have not been able to play a lot of games. So this is a game they should be winning. It's 2-1 win for them, so that they will be able to come up on in the table. So they'll be taking every match very serious right now. So it's 2-1 win for
Okay,
Rivers United.
all right. Sunshine Stars versus Eimba.
That's a pretty tricky one. Sunshine Stars versus Eimba. But Eimba right now, we can see them moving up in the table. If they can pull an upset, it looks like a game that they can win if they are really serious about winning the league. So, and they are capable of doing so. I predict a 2-1 win away from home for Eimba.
Wow, that was a bold call. A 2 win away from home for Eimba. That's Coach Finidi George winning 2-1 at Sunshine Stars. Okay, Plateau United versus Remo Stars. What's your
Yeah,
take?
For Remo Stars as well, they are a team that have not played all their games, but they are looking pretty comfortable, I guess, in the third or fourth position. But that's a very tricky game. A draw in that game would be a fair result, a 1-1 draw.
A 1-1 draw for Remo Stars, who also drew their last away game in last weekend. So it's gonna be pretty good if they can get a draw again away from home this weekend. Okay, Lobby Stars versus Bender Insurance. Lobby Stars versus Bender Insurance.
Yeah, two teams that have been doing well. But for Lobby Stars, we saw them losing the top of the table. They are a team that have topped the table for a while right now, just like Arsenal in the English Premier League. But right now, they are no more topping the table. But let's see what will happen in that game. But I predict a win for Lobby Stars. 2-1 win for
Okay,
Lobby Stars.
I also think Lobby Stars are good enough to win that game because they are playing at home and they'll be looking to get more points to try to still keep the fighting chance for the title. Okay, Cannot Pillars versus Gombe United.
Yeah, another northern derby. But for Kano Pillars, we saw them losing to Shooting Stars at home of recent, which is not a good result for Kano Pillars at all in a team of that standard. So, but this is a game they will be willing to redeem themselves. A 3-0 win for Kano Pillars at home.
A 3-0 win for Cannot Pillars at home against Gombe United. Okay, Niger Tornadoes versus Doma United.
Yeah, for Doma United as well, another team that was informed previously, but a lot of results and controversies not going against them. But for Niger Tornadoes right now, they've woken up from 17th right now. They are sitting pretty at 11th position. So this is a game they should be winning as well. I predict a 1-0 win for Niger Tornadoes.
A 1-0 win for Niger Tornadoes against Doma United. Okay, the last game in the NPFL is Castina United versus Sporting Lagos. You think Sporting Lagos will be with their new manager before? You think they'll be able to get a positive result away from home?
Yeah, but these things are tricky because that's his first game as a new manager and as well for Casino United. They are a team in form right now. They've been winning some couple of games right now. So I predict a 2-0 win for Casino United at home.
Okay, 2-0 win for Castina United at home against Sporting Lagos. Okay, this is where we'll draw the curtain for this weekend, this week's episode of the preview show. It has been fantastic speaking with two experts of the game. talking football for 1 hour. So if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe and also share this video, which will be live at the end of this broadcast. So please do well to subscribe. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe. I will be bringing mouth-watering content to you every week on this YouTube channel. So looking forward to another week of the preview show when we'll be having probably this same expert again, or maybe other guests. We'll let you know when the time comes. So I'd like to thank my guests. Shitu, thank you for your time. And I know you had a pretty busy schedule this week, but you still found time to just come on the show and talk football. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Gordy. Thank you, Michael.
Thank
All right,
you so
Michael.
much.
Michael, thank you very much. Also, you're a fan of this show, and I think we'll be having you. It'll be fun having you again next time.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Thank you very much, fans. Thank you very much, viewers. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Yeah, stay
All right.
blessed.